Let's move on now. There seems to be some respite for Sri Lanka, which is battling its worst economic crisis in history. The International Monetary Fund has announced a preliminary bailout package worth $2.9 billion for the struggling island nation. The bailout will be given over the course of 4 years. The agreement comes after 9-day talks in Colombo. The IMF said that the objectives of Sri Lanka's new fund-supported program was to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability. The program will aim to raise the government revenue to support fiscal consolidation. It will also aim to introduce new pricing for fuel and electricity, hike social spending, bolster central bank's autonomy, and also rebuild the depleted foreign reserves.
Sri Lanka had no first time that we've declared bankruptcy. And this is a key not only to resolving the immediate issues of rising from the bankruptcy crisis and the debt moratorium, which is also key to ensure that in the medium term, our social sectors are protected and both the economic and our social, both the economic and the social aspect of our lifestyle will certainly not have any further setbacks. So this is what we are committed to. And it is also, for me, I would consider this to be a beginning of a new economic era, where we are committed to a very competitive, export-oriented industry while maintaining and improving our social standards as well as looking after the vulnerable groups. The beginning will be difficult, but we know as we go on, we can make more progress.
The agreement is subject to an approval by the IMF's executive board. It also requires Sri Lankan authorities to follow through on previously agreed measures. The IMF needs financing and assurances from Sri Lanka's official creditors. The program aims to reach primary surplus of 2.3% of GDP by 2024. The announcement also comes after President Ranil Wickremesinghe presented an interim budget aimed at clinching a deal with the IMF. Wickremesinghe, who is also Sri Lanka's finance minister, presented the budget on August 30th. The budget revised the island nation's deficit projection for 2022 to 9.8% from 8.8%. He also outlined fiscal reform, such as a hike in value-added taxes. Sri Lanka needs to restructure nearly $30 billion of debt. Japan has also offered to lead talks with other main creditors such as India and China. Sri Lanka has been facing acute shortages of fuel and other basic goods for months. The country is also facing high inflation following political turmoil. Sri Lanka's annual inflation is now at 65%. For more details, our correspondent Dasunias Hara has the latest from Colombo. Let's listen in.
A day of positive impact for Sri Lanka after months of discussions. The staff-level agreement with the IMF and Sri Lanka was finalized today pending approval from the higher authorities of the IMF. Now, this $2.9 billion aid package is set to be rolled out over a period of 48 months, provided that Sri Lanka's economic as well as political stability improves for the better in due course. Also speaking on the finalization of the much-awaited deal, President Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterated of the paramount importance of Sri Lanka to move towards political as well as economic reforms which have been overdue for months on end. Reporting for WION World is One from Colombo, I'm Dasunya Kauda.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.